Okay, time for a letter. This should be letter number 9. So, I've got the criteria, and I've got the letter, and I've got the photographs of the case notes. So let's have a look at this. Now, there's a few things I've noticed. Some grammar issues here, and also there's some expressions which are virtually copied straight from the case notes, which is not good. Examiners don't like that when you copy too much straight from the notes. So let's have a look. So thank you for seeing. Okay, you can do that, but okay. You usually thank them at the bottom when you restate your purpose. So your purpose, I'm writing to refer Joshua Vance. I'm writing to request assessment of Joshua Vance, whose signs and symptoms are constipation and dehydration, something such as that. Now, if you had a reference line, I don't think you did in the group, but if you had a reference line, you could put his age there, i.e. Joshua Vance, 8 weeks old. So you could do it like that. So we don't need this breastfed baby in the opening line. The only reason that you usually put name, age, and occupation, as we might say, is usually for adults. When you're talking about adults, Mr. Kevin Dean, a 36-year-old English teacher, or something such as that. You do name, age, occupation. We know that he's a baby because he's 8 weeks old. We don't need to know that he's breastfed right in the opening. Opening purpose must be clear, immediately apparent. That's what you've got to do. I'm writing to request, refer, etc. And then you usually expand on it, often near the end of the document. So you have to have the purpose at the bottom of the document as well. And that is usually, if you look at the official samples from OET, that's usually where you do thank you for seeing, I would appreciate blah 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 blah. So you could have changed that opening a little. Now you don't need initially. They say if you can omit a marker without changing anything, you should do so. So you could just simply say on Joshua's routine 6-week baby check, and we know that he's a baby, so you don't have to keep saying baby, baby, baby. You know, we do know this. So on Joshua's routine 6-week check, or Joshua and his mother presented for his routine 6-week check, she expressed concern. So you could say his mother was concerned, or you could say she expressed concern regarding his bowel actions. His examination revealed normal. Normal what? Normal is an adjective. So we need something here. Or and how would it be revealed? Was it a secret? So his examination was normal. And why is that not a capital? His examination was normal, and his weight was 300. So, okay, that's kind of okay. His examination was not normal, and his weight was okay. Now, reassurance and expressing multiple. Right now, this doesn't make any sense at all. So, she was reassured. You reassured her. But first, well, let's have a look at the notes in question. Where are we? Right. So, the plan was to reassure her. So, reassurance is not a noun here. It's not, examination, reassurance. It isn't a noun. That's the plan, to reassure her that this condition is not unnormal. It's variable. Infants often settle. So that's what you're basically doing. The assessment, mild constipation. Otherwise, it was normal. The plan was to reassure her, his mother. Okay, so reassurance commenced. What? How can reassurance commence? And how can giving it in a bottle with some water commence? Did you commence this? Well, no. What in fact you did, this is the plan. So you reassured her that the bowel habit is variable, and you advised her to express milk, give it in a bottle, blah blah blah. So that's what you told her. So you basically said to her, this is not necessarily a problem. It can often settle. What you should try, take some milk, put it in a bottle. Okay, so it's not as if it was commenced as a course of treatment, because you advised her or told her to. So you reassured her that this was normal, and you told her to try giving some milk. Okay, so that doesn't really work as a sentence. Okay, now hard faeces, or is it feces? How do you spell feces? I'm never sure. Is it F-A-E? Feces, okay. Because faeces, okay. 2 weeks later, Joshua's constipation had not improved, and doesn't have fish note. Now, why is this a very short sentence? Short to simple sentence. You should join it up to some other sentence. Heart faces were noted. You could do it like, however, as a contrast, his perianal was normal. Oops. What am I doing? Hang on. Yeah, make it part of the sentence. Okay, so instead of having that very short, simple sentence, which seems to just come out of nowhere, join it to the previous one, if it's a contrast. So hard faeces was noted, however, his perianal was normal. Now, this is the bit where it seems to be copied. Now, he had waked up, he woke up. If it's simple past, he woke up. He had woke up crying. He woke up crying. So either he woke up crying, so half an hour throughout the night. Now, let's have a look. I don't usually refer to the case notes. My usual method, which I have mentioned before, if your letter is a good one, I shouldn't need to look at any of the notes. It should be clear from what you say in your letter. I shouldn't need any other sources of information. But here, because this letter is a little confusing, I'm having to do so. So, right, that's a check, comes back 2 weeks later. Okay, still having hard stools, crying, pulling legs up to chest every half hour, pulls away from breast. That's virtually copied straight from the notes. Is it not? Virtually. So you need to paraphrase that. Otherwise, examiners will not be too happy if you simply copy from the case notes. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. So he's reported that now he had either he woke up or he had been waking up. If this has been happening for the last 3 days, so it's a period. So you could do it like that, past perfect continuous. He had been waking. Pulled it to chest, half hour. He had also pulled away. Night again. That's copied straight from the notes. His weight, very short sentence, unconnected, just dropped in, almost like a note. You're supposed to transform the notes into grammatically complete sentences. And express milk increase twice a day. Okay. Today, well, where else would he be brought to? Today, Joshua was brought in by his parents, or Joshua and his parents returned. You can do it such as that. Joshua and his parents returned. Obviously, Your clinic, who else's clinic would they be taking him to? So obviously yours, so you don't have to say that. Now, he wasn't brought due to constipation. He was brought in because he's still not so good, and he has been constipated. So that's not quite the same as due to the cause. He was brought in any case, and you found out that he had not had a bowel action for the last 5 days. So his parents stated that he was refusing feed and has not had or made, can you make a nappy? Any wet nappies today. So I don't know, why is this not capitalized? His parents returned. So you could have put all that in a single sentence. Today, Joshua and his parents returned, complaining of, or stating, you could say stating, but maybe complaining that he was refusing feeds, not made any wet nappies. Now, then here we have several short sentences that are virtually just like case notes. You're supposed to transform these. So, what are we? Irritable, dry mucous membrane. So, you're supposed to turn all this into a sentence, not have, very short, simple sentences. So, we've got sentence, short, simple sentence, short, simple sentence, short, simple sentence. You're supposed to be joining these up, not just writing it down as if it's a list. They don't like lists of sentences. This, he, this. They don't like it. So, the person says, refusing feeds when left today, irritable, and has had a bit of fighting, or has had, or had, I suppose. We don't really know when, but okay. He's dry mucous membranes, and tetanus was noted, was in the preview week. In the preview? What do you mean? In the previous week. Okay, please note that Joshua, I spelled that wrong. Okay, Joshua. Okay, now, why do we need to note this? It just seems like this has been added. Addendum. Okay, first child was parents. You could have put this at the beginning, after the introduction. Joshua is the first child, so I'm writing to refer Joshua Vance. So if you had a reference line, Joshua Vance, aged 8 weeks, I'm writing to refer Joshua Vance, who needs further assessment regarding his constipation and dehydration. Joshua is the first child of his parents, blah, 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 blah. So you could have put that as the second part. Okay, then run us through the chronology. 6-week check, constipation, okay. Now, you're supposed to restate your purpose at the bottom, as the criteria says. If you see, as I said, any of the samples, it usually, review the above, blah, 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 I would appreciate if you could, thank you for doing, you're supposed to do something such as that. So you do your, I would appreciate it if you could, and then whatever the request is, that's the usual way, or something such as that. Okay, so you're supposed to restate the purpose. Don't hesitate to contact me if you have any queries. Okay. So there's a few things there that need to be addressed. Purpose needs to be clearer. Content's not too bad. Not summarised so well. You've got a couple of sentences that are virtually lifted straight from the notes. Genre style's not too bad. Organisation could maybe be a little better. Those the subsections, those simple sentences, you should join those. Minor slips, don't really interfere with meaning, but it's not as clear as it could be. Not as clear. You know, if we look at these keywords here, so it needs to be quick, precise, clarity. It's got to be clear, easy to retrieve relevant information, obstruct retrieval of information. You know, so you need to be a little bit careful about. You know, it's got to be clear, clarity, concise, clear communication. So there's some aspects here that, you know, it's not too unclear. It's not particularly unclear, but some of it could do with it being a little clearer. 2 short sentences, taking stuff directly from the notes, more or less, needing to paraphrase, no appropriate closing. So I think this does need a little bit of attention. Okay, hope that helps. So if I get time tomorrow, I'll do another one. That should be letter number 10, I think. So I'll put this in the group, and I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, I'm going to be having a speaking session regularly in the evening. If anybody wants to come and join in, not particularly about OET, just a general chat in English. So, okay, I'll post all the information in the group. Okay, hope that helps.